Hi, on today's episode, we're going to take you along with us on the third sailing of the Carnival Mardi Gras back in August 2021. Hi, this is Bill, and you're on the Travel Beat with Angela and Bill. This was our first cruise back since the shutdown, and today we're going to take you through our ritual on Embarkation Day and how we avoid some of the crowds and some of the things that we've found through multitude of cruises really helps set the tone for the rest of the week. Make sure you stick through till the end where we tell you some of our thoughts on the Carnival Mardi Gras and where it fits into the Carnival cruise line. This was truly a last-minute trip for us. We were not expecting to be sailing on the Mardi Gras or sailing at all that early, but the opportunity arose, so we had to jump on it. As you can see, this was earlier in the pandemic when everybody was required to wear masks pretty much at all times on the ship, and definitely at embarkation and disembarkation. The sense of excitement was really palpable during the embarkation, especially being that it was the third sailing on the Mardi Gras. I'm pretty sure I'm not really supposed to be filming all this over here because I kind of got yelled at later on by a security guard, but please don't tell anybody. The embarkation process was fairly smooth. We checked in, gave them our vaccination cards, proof of negative COVID tests, passports, went through security, and then waited a few minutes for us to be called to board the ship. At the time we were sailing, the ship was probably about 25 or 30% capacity. I'm trying to remember how much. Regardless, it was pretty nice having a lot of space to ourselves, both at embarkation and throughout the areas, the public areas of the ship, including the restaurants and pool areas and things like that. Getting a lounge share definitely was not an issue whatsoever. The testing and the vaccinations and YouTube videos, and it's finally happening. And this right here is always the most exciting moment for us when we're getting on a ship, is that point where we cross over and step foot on the deck and then walk into the atrium and are welcomed on board. Thank you. As you can see, as soon as you board the ship, you enter an area called Grand Central. That is an area off the side of the ship. It's kind of an atrium, but it's also got a 3-level glass windows that at night turn into big screens that serve as backdrops for the shows that go on. And this kind of serves as a center point for activities on the ship. What do you think, hon? Holy crap. Most people, when they board the ship, head straight to the buffet, which is always crowded as soon as you get on. We usually try to find a different area to eat. At this point, we went to Guy's Pig and Anchor, which was outside on the main deck, but they have an inside part as well to get some barbecue. And then right after that, our first drink of the day. Angela, of course, having her little girly drinks. She'll have 2 or 3 and be done. But it's always very exciting that first day of embarkation. After we get a little bit of food and a drink or two, if the room isn't ready yet, we start kind of exploring. We'll walk around. In general, I'll try to get some video of the ship, check out the shops if they're open, and at this point they were. So this video footage was probably shot a little bit later in the afternoon. As most of you know, the shops are closed while you're in port, so probably about a half an hour after it leaves, it gets to a certain point where the shops will open and the casinos will open. Also, when you're in port, drinks, even if you have a drink package, they'll charge you tax on. So don't be shocked to see charges on your room charge for a few dollars. This area here we're going through now is called the French Quarter. On the right is the Alchemy Bar, where they make some pretty interesting drinks and cocktails that fizz and do all kinds of scientific weird stuff. A lot of fun. On the left is Emerald's Bistro. We'll take some footage of that later. We'll see that a little bit later on. They serve breakfast there that is an additional charge, and they have some seafood, some amazing looking seafood there. Angela really liked the breakfast. On the right is a kitchen where they do cooking classes. Angela did a cake decorating class. I did a barbecue class where we could actually eat the barbecue later on at dinner. They do pasta making classes and pizza classes and things of that nature. It is an additional charge, and the slots do fill up quickly, so I would make my way there and sign up as soon as I board the ship. On the left is the Palm Restaurant, which is one of the main dining room options on board. Here we have Guy's Pig and Anchor again. I am a barbecue aficionado. The barbecue was okay. It wasn't great. I've heard people rave about it. Me personally, I thought it was mediocre. And here we are at Sailaway with Brevard County's finest escorting us out to sea. Continuing on our tour is the Havana Nightclub. At night, they have Latin music and dancing at this location, and the bar specializes in Latin drinks, Cuba Libres, things along those lines. I promised you a view of the seafood at Emerald's Bistro. As you can see, they have specialty coffees. They have, again, during the morning, they have pastries, French pastries, beignets, things along those lines. Again, it is an upcharge, but it was definitely worth it. The first night's dinner we ate at Chibang. At the time it was complimentary, as were all of the specialty restaurants. I believe there is an upcharge for it now, but it is an interesting concept of Chinese and Mexican food. There's two sides of the menu. One side's Chinese, one side's Mexican, and you can order off of both sides, mix and match. It's not a mixed menu. It's actually two separate menus, but it was really nice that you would be able to pick from both sides. As you can see, it was a lot of fun with the dragons walking around. Everybody, half the people taking pictures of them, and half the guys saying, "Please God, don't let them come over and embarrass me." We actually enjoyed this restaurant so much that we ate there twice. We also ate twice at Cucina de Capitano, the Italian specialty restaurant, which was also complimentary during our time on board. The cruise director on board was one of the most entertaining I've ever seen. His moniker is the Flying Scotsman. He is from Scotland. He did shows that were absolutely amazing. He did everything from Pavarotti to Scottish traditional songs to crawling around on the floor doing AC/DC songs. We found him to be very, very entertaining and very talented. While there was a main theater, a lot of things went on in the Grand Central area in midship. It was very nice. You could kind of go there, sit down, have a drink or two, watch a show. About every hour they would change shows. There were other things to do, so you'd be kind of walking through and checking out the shops, and you hear something that looked entertaining, and you could just stop in and watch a little bit of it, and didn't feel like you were in a theater where if you got up and left, that people would be looking at you or the comedian would be making fun of you. There was a main theater, and there were also many venues on the ship that had live music. There was a piano bar, there was a comedy club. There's an area called Summer Landing where they usually had a guitarist playing at all times. With all that, it really spread things out on the ship, which was very different. It was very well designed that the crowds weren't on top of each other. There was multiple things to do at any one point, which was something we really enjoyed and we were really surprised about. Here we have a little footage of Family Feud, which took place in the main theater. The competition to get on board is pretty intense. It began as soon as Embarkation started. People were basically running to guest services or wherever it was that they were signing up for it. So it was pretty competitive to get on the Family Feud. But it was a fun show. So what were our thoughts on the Mardi Gras? We really enjoyed it. While we do enjoy Carnival, the Mardi Gras was definitely a step up and very different than most Carnival cruise ships. The layout was different. The entertainment was top-notch. The food was very good. It just had a definitely more of an upscale feel to it, more in line with a newer Royal Caribbean ship or newer Norwegian ship than the traditional old Carnival cruises. Will we cruise on it again? Absolutely. In fact, we are planning on going on the inaugural of the Carnival Jubilee in 2023. Thanks for coming along on our journey. If you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe and also give this video a like. If you have any thoughts or comments, please leave them in the lines below. We really appreciate any feedback. We look forward to doing more videos for you on the Mardi Gras and other ships very soon. Have a great day.